Welcome to Ausable Valley Disc Golf. Today, Alex and I are going to give you the top 5 courses that we've played this year. We're going to start from number 5 and go all the way down to number 1. Number 1 will be our top course that we thought. And we didn't copy off our list, but I have a feeling because we both played them together, we kind of know what we're going to pick. So there'll be some duplicates. It might be different arrangements, might be some the same, but nevertheless, I'm going to start off with our honorable mention, or at least my honorable mention, is the Riverwalk Disc Golf Course in Gladwin. 9-hole course, beautiful fairways, it seemed to be well maintained, had, cement tee pads, the signages were good. If it was an 18-hole course, it would be a little bit higher on my list. And then some of the tee pads were pretty close to the baskets, so that kind of made it a little bit of a hazard. We were lucky when we played; there was nobody there, so we didn't have to worry about incoming discs. But anyways, that's my honorable mention.
Yep, for my honorable mention, it's the same thing. It's the Riverwalk course, pretty much for the same reasons. Neatly kept. The tee pads were new. Granted, they were very close to the other baskets. The signage was very good, and if it was an 18-hole course, just like John, it probably would have ranked a little bit higher. But without further ado, let's get into our top 5. At number 5, I have Stony Creek Buckhorn Blues down in the Detroit area. It was a very nice course, very well maintained. Obviously, it's one of the metro parks down there. So it is a pay-to-play, but other than that, it was great. Baskets were great. Tee pads were well kept, but
yeah, my number 5 is actually the same course, Stony Creek Buckhorn Blue. The fairways were very, very well kept. Grass everywhere, which if you've watched any of our videos, I love grass fairways. I think that makes the course look exceptionally good. It was challenging, but not super challenging. Some of the downsides were I don't mind the pay to play, but you have to pay to get a park pass,
right,
and then you have to pay to play. So, if you live in the area and you have park passes, then it's not a big issue. But for us who just went down there to go play, you had to pay the park pass. Plus, you had to pay the fee to play, and we don't mind doing so. But if you had to play that every time, that would get expensive. Right. And that minor thing is kind of what brought it down for me. But still, it's a great course, and if we lived in the area, I imagine we'd play the heck out of it. All right, number 4 for me is the Hill here in Grayling. It's a great, great course. I tried to stay away from our home courses because we play them so much. But to be honest, when I think about it, I play them so much because I like them. So the Hill is very challenging, but it's not like overly tough where you're going to get frustrated. The toughest part about the Hill is the walking up and down the hill. Yeah. If you take out the holes and not the walk between some of the holes, the course would rank even higher, in my opinion. It's very well taken care of. The signs are one of the things that needs to be updated, which the people of the Grayling disc golf community realize that, and they're working on updating them. But because they just have some plain signs. But other than that, they just got brand new baskets. So they're really putting the effort into making this course a top-notch course. And for those reasons, I had to put it in my top 5 for number 4.
At number 4, I put in Flip City, and I know John doesn't feel the same way about it, but I feel like it's very well maintained. The guy who runs it is one of the best guys that I've ever talked to in terms of owning a disc golf course, but very personable. and the baskets are nice, tee pads are nice. There are a few holes in there that are kind of iffy on the list, but for the most part, it's a wonderful course. The only downside is, one, the drive for us. It's quite a long drive, and then it is a $5 pay to play, but it's on private property. But on to number 3 for me, it's also the hill course here in Grayling. Pretty much all the same reasons that John mentioned. It's well maintained, and that's one of the biggest things. If you notice, every time we mention a top 5, it's well maintained. It's got good tee pads. It's got at least decent signing, and can't really complain with it. It's a top tier course that's 5-10 minutes away at most.
Number 3, I went with Pine Knoll. Part of the reason for that is, again, it's a local course, and I play the heck out of it, so I absolutely enjoy playing it. There's not too many courses that we have around the area where it has 2 different tee pads and 2 different baskets. So you can literally change the way you want to play the course every time you play. Those reasons like that, and again, very, very well maintained. I'm going to give a personal shout out to Dan. You know who you are. You're the reason this course is in my top 5. It's constantly being maintained. There's no trash on the course. It's mowed. You don't have to worry about going through ankle or knee-high grass. You don't have to worry about ferns anywhere. You don't have to worry about down trees. When we had a water problem, it got solved with, we put a few bunkers down to soak up all the water because we had standing water. Those things got filled and gotten taken care of instantly. The course is constantly evolving to get better and better, and for those reasons, I had to put it at my number 3.
Not a bad choice. All right, number 2, I have Firefighters Memorial Park down in Troy. Another one that we went and played when we were down on our Detroit trip. As far as city parks go, that is the best city park I have ever played. It is top notch. Baskets are amazing. The community around there were people there that were always like, hey, I see you're filming. What are you filming for? And they were active into trying to get to know what we're doing. The layout of it was rather nice. I feel like there weren't any holes that were, this was kind of like a little throw-in hole. There weren't really any of those. You could play the front 9, you could play the back 9 separately because they teed off from the same spot. A lot of really great intricate holes that you have to be precise on, and there's a couple bomber holes on there too. So,
yeah. Number 2, I went with the same course, Firefighter Park. It's a dream local course to play for just going out, playing, enjoying your round of disc golf. Yeah. It would be the top course, I would say you would take anybody that is just learning disc golf.
100%.
It's not tough. It's not easy, but it's not tough. You're not going to go out there and get frustrated. You're not going to lose a disc. Yeah. You're not going to go out there and lose any discs. Right. You're not going to...
the river is maybe 6 inches deep at most.
The river that is out of bounds is you can walk across it. You could walk across it in shoes if you had to. But, again, it's green grass. Like he said, Alex, the community is amazing. When we went down there was an elderly gentleman that was sitting there. He would ask us questions, what we were doing. We have business cards. We handed him, and he ended up taking a little stack of them, and he handed them out to people that he knew, or people that would show up and play. Yeah. And we ran into a couple of them while we were playing on the course because, as we're filming, we're just a tad slower than someone that's just out there playing.
Right.
And they mentioned that how they got the card from that guy, and you know, I don't remember the guy's name. I'm sure he gave it to us at the time, but a shout out to him, a shout out to that community. It's free to play. It's a beautiful park. I mean, when we were there, there's swings. There looks like there was a soccer field. Yep. There was so much stuff going on. So that place in general, a beautiful place to play. Yep. Highly recommend if you're in the area of Troy to get down there.
The only downside about it was that they didn't quite have the signing that.
Yes, the signing was not perfect, and you know the pars were easy. Now they do have separate pars. They have the course par, which is 63, which
is
a little high. It makes you feel like when you go out there and throw a decent round that you're throwing a pro round.
Yeah.
You know, but I think you know like what the hard par they call it is probably par 3 on everything.
Right.
So you know that would
which is still very obtainable.
Right. So 54, which is still it's still very easy to get in that neighborhood. I think. Yeah. And one time we went down there. I shot a 48 or something like that. Yeah. So, there's a lot of must gets, but it's not where you need 400-foot power to must get. It's something that the average disc golf community would love to go out and play, and I think that's why it's right there.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure we're both in agreement on this last one. Bears Den at number 1. It's a top-notch course. I mean, the only downside is the amount of sand that's there. Yeah. But even then, it's...
Yeah, I mean, I have it the same. Bears Den, number 1.
The Aloft guys take care of it.
Yeah, it's very well taken care of. We did go out and do a doubles round one time, and the ferns were just a tad high, but... that would be the only downer, and the sand. I mean, if they were somehow able to sod that or put some kind of dirt down to keep the sand down, I mean, that course is already one of our top courses, but I think that course could be a top course in not only the state, but in the nation.
Yeah, it's...
If they were to somehow get rid of the sand and turn it into either grass or even just... some kind of dirt to where once people walk on it, it gets packed down, and you don't have the dirt, or the sand. It kind of feels like playing on a beach, and when it gets hot, it gets hot. Yeah. But other than that course, it's amazing. It's not super tough, but it is tough enough to challenge you.
Yeah.
It's obtainable. Someone of our caliber. It's right there to where if you shoot good, you're going to shoot good, but if you shoot bad, you're not going to be super bad.
Right.
But you always feel like, man, if I go back out there and just correct one thing, I can shoot much better. And it's just one of them courses that it challenges you in the right way.
Yeah. The distance isn't too hard.
Right. They do have some longer holes, but they're also par 4s. Right. So I mean, you have to take that into consideration. Not everything should be par 3 and gettable. And the par 4s are, they're a legit par 4. Yeah. So you're not going to go out there and get an eagle by throwing one next to the basket.
Right.
That's just not going to happen unless you have
600-foot power.
Ungodly power with ungodly control. But yeah, I love the course. I know Alex loved the course.
Yeah.
I was amazed the first time I went there and played it because I had never played it before, and I just walked away from that course wishing it was in my backyard so I could play it all the time.
Yeah, that's the biggest downside for us is it's about an hour away.
Yeah.
So it's a little hike to get
It's a little hike. Again, though, it's a free to play. It's in a park, so there is bathrooms and whatnot in the area. And there is another course next to it. So in case you play that one and you still have the urge to play another course, you can go play that one. But Bears Den, in my opinion, and I believe Alex's, is the number 1 course that we've played this year.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, Well, there goes our top 10 or top 5 courses that we've played this year, according to our opinion. If you like that, cool. If you haven't played them, go out and play them, and then let us know what you think. If you thought they were great, a great course to play, or if you thought these were either too easy, too hard,
Right.
you know. And if you have any courses that you guys think that we should play, that we haven't played, that might make our top 5 or crack our top 5, let us know, because we're always looking for a course to play. Next year we're looking to add more to our repertoire of courses that we've accomplished. And so anything you gotta add?
Nope. With that, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.